everybody, Noreen here, back with another sketch to page scrapbook process video. Each month I create a sketch for you, give you a sketch and a cutting guide, and then I show you how I create a layout based on that sketch from start to finish. So we'll look at the sketch in just a second, but I wanted to tell you that I'm using the Be Mine paper pack stickers and the layered embellishments from Creative Memories. I don't know if you can see this, but they already come kind of pre-popped with the foam squares. So those are fun and a real time saver. The paper that I'm using from the Be Mine pack is actually this large geometric. And normally I shy away from these kind of patterns because sometimes I find that they really overwhelm a layout. But the back side is a nice small geometric pattern, and from a distance it almost reads as a solid. So I kind of challenged myself to figure out how I could use this particular pattern as part of my scrapbook page. So what I've done is I've actually created a sketch based on just cutting the paper into two pieces, two paper shapes, a 3 by 12 inch strip and a 9 by 12 inch rectangle. And I'm going to be using the overall geometric for the large piece, which will form most of the layout. And then I'm going to use the geometric 3-inch piece of the geometric pattern as the strip that will be an accent. Now a fair amount of it's going to be actually covered up with the with a photo and also with a title. So there's going to be just enough of it kind of poking out to really pop, but not so much that it will overwhelm. Okay? Now, just a little note about the sketch. You might be familiar with my 2-page 1, 2, 3 layouts. These are single-page 1, 2, 3 layouts where we use just one piece of cardstock. We make 2 paper shapes from a piece of designer double-sided paper, or you can certainly go and raid your stash for some scraps that will fit the dimensions that we need. And then we always want to fit at least 3 photos onto the page. I really love the look of some of the beautiful layouts that are out there with just one photo on there, but I need to put more on there. I need to have a little bit more photos and a little bit room for my stories. So 1 piece of paper, 2 shapes, and 3 photos. All right, so let's get cutting, and I'll just make a note here about cutting. With a large pattern, again, you have to think a little bit about how and where you're going to cut. If I cut my 3-inch strip down this side, you'll see that most of what I'm going to see is kind of a chevron pattern, okay, some diagonal lines. If I cut my paper this way, I'm actually going to have a bit of a smaller pattern, and it's going to maybe be a little bit more interesting. So I'm actually going to cut it crosswise. Let me just grab my trimmer. And again, my cutting shape sizes, or my cutting guide, says I'm going to cut at the 3-inch mark. So I get 1 strip that's 3 inches by 12 inches and 1 9 by 12. So let's go ahead and cut at 3 inches. Okay. That's the only cutting we have to do, so it's even faster than 1, 2, 3. And then this side is what I'm going to use for the bulk of my page, like that. And then this strip is the piece that I'm going to go across the top. So again, you can see the layout, large piece in the back, 3-inch strip going across. And the Be Mine paper pack is kind of a Valentine love theme. I have some photos of my boys from a few years back, and they were from Valentine's Day, and I know that probably if you're a mom of boys, you know that you don't get a lot of pinks in your boy photos. So for me, that was okay. I didn't mind having the lovely reds and yellows there, but it's sometimes hard to find papers to go with that. But I think this sort of coral background with the pops of the red and the yellow will still work with it. So I'm happy to use that paper for these photos. Okay, and this is basically the layout. You can see that in the sketch I've placed the top photo kind of over the strip. I want to use a border sticker, so I'm actually just going to make it about even with the bottom of the strip. So I'm just going to kind of play around with that. So that looks good to me. All right, and then let's get this adhered down, and then I can look at the embellishments and title. Okay, so I've got my paper shapes and my photos adhered down to my background paper. So let's take a little bit of a look at the title and embellishments. I'm going to put my title along here, along with an embellishment cluster, and then some more embellishments here and down at the bottom. And you can also see that I've made arrangements to put my journaling in this space here. All right. So first of all, let's have a look. I had mentioned that I wanted to use a border sticker. Now I love that the Creative Memories sticker packs usually have some title or sayings, some icons. I'm going to show you that a little bit closer, some icons, and then a sheet of border stickers. And I do enjoy using them. Of course, you know I love my border maker, but sometimes it's just nice to have a very quick sticker to use. I was playing around a little bit earlier, and I thought I would really like to use this sort of XO flag or pennant border sticker. And when I first looked at it, I didn't think I was going to use it because it has navy on it, and I didn't have any navy in my papers. But I realized that the navy would start to bring out some of these darker tones. And then I realized that I could use my navy stickers to create my title. So it was kind of a win-win. So I'm just going to pop this down right over the seam or the join between the two pages. Okay? Just tap all those little flags down. So cute. And again, I really like that kind of, you know, hit of navy. I want to make sure that I repeat the navy somewhere else though, so that it doesn't just look like it's dropped in there by, you know, by mistake. So I decided that I was going to use the navy ABC 123 stickers. The other stickers that would have worked really well with this were the gold. They would have been a nice addition there too. But I want to use the navy to repeat that navy strip, okay? Now I did already go ahead and create my title because I thought you don't want to watch me put my little stickers down. But you've heard me talk about this ruler before. It is a fabulous little tool. It's basically just a see-through ruler, and it's a zero centering so that I can center things really nicely. And I just went ahead and I put my With Love, which is going to be my title, stickers just onto the edge of the ruler. And that way I can move it around to see, you know, see wherever I would want to put it. All right, so that's an excellent little tip for you. And it's something that makes my life a lot easier when I'm scrapbooking. All right, so I just tap those down. And I like mixing the, there we go. I like mixing the lowercase letters with the uppercase letters. Just gives it a little bit of interest. I'm just thinking that that border sticker looks a little bit bent. You know what? It's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. And I need the eye, the little dot from the eye. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so there's my title, start of my embellishments, and let's see what we can put up here. Now, when I looked at the embellishments, again, there's a lot of pink, and I want to emphasize kind of these red and gold tones. So as I look, you know, there's a few that's quite cute. Don't know if it'll necessarily relate to what I'm doing. The lips have a lot of the red in it. There's a red and a gold tab here. And I also like this little XOXO. On this page, yeah, I've got a ooh la la. I like these little hearts. There's some red and gold hearts, so I think those will work well too. And then I do think I'm going to use some of these other smaller little hearts to kind of pop. And when I look at the embellishments, the layered embellishments, I thought maybe I could use a little, you know, frame out the, you know, their little faces or something, but it doesn't quite work. I'm not happy with that. And the only one that I really thought I might use here would be this layered heart sticker, because again, it's got that kind of coral and then the deeper tones of red. So I might use that. I think I'm going to put the rest of those away. And I definitely will be using some of these lovely little gems. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's start with these hearts that I was looking at. On my sketch, again, I've got 3 embellishment clusters. Up here at the title, I like to kind of build that up a little bit. And because I put my title down here sort of with this stripe, I was thinking that I could kind of, you know, make them go off the page onto the background a little bit and maybe kind of have a little cascade happening. So I thought maybe I would place one down there, and then the next one I would pop with a foam square. Okay, go like that. And then if I add a few of the little hearts, I could kind of make it look like a little cascade of hearts. Okay, now just a little note here. When I'm doing especially embellishment clusters, I like to kind of, you know, give it some movement and dimension. I like to kind of you know, not place things straight. If you have a little bit of a diagonal or a little bit of an angle, it does create a much nicer sort of flow and look. And again, repetition of colors and shapes is what we're after here. I don't really like that there. Let's try a few of these. I love these little gem hearts. Very cute. And again, we want to repeat. Just playing with the colors here. There's a few different colors to choose from. I think the white will stand out. Or it's a very, very pale pink. Good. Okay, so I'm going to leave that for now, but I've kind of got a few little things happening over there. So let's turn our attention to the other embellishment clusters. Now, I was thinking that either this one could go over here or down here at the bottom. I also want to use maybe one of these little tabs. So I was thinking that could kind of go in behind. Okay, so that's a possibility. Or maybe that could go down here, you know, for the date. Okay, I think I'm going to maybe use that. And then the other one I thought was maybe the XOXO. I kind of like that because it repeats the XOXO there. It repeats the pink and the gold sort of color. And it's large enough that I could pop it up off the surface and have it kind of make a bit of a statement. I don't know if I love that little thought bubble. Yeah, actually that's cute. He kind of looks like he's thinking it or saying it. Okay, so I like that. Let's get a couple of these small hearts there as well so we can do a little bit of repetition. And you'll notice that besides repeating, what I like to do is often I overlap. And what's nice about the overlapping is it helps ground everything. Then it doesn't look like things are just kind of floating off, you know, without purpose. It looks like they've been placed there purposefully. Okay, I like that. And then I was kind of thinking that I would either put the kiss or that heart down here. I think the kiss makes a bit more of a statement. So I'm going to put that aside. Let's see what we can do with, maybe if we put this and the kiss. That could be popped up, and then a couple little hearts. Maybe if I put this up a little bit higher. And I'm going to make the edge of that, the edge of the tab, equal with the edge of the paper. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll pop this up. Okay. I like it when a plan comes together. You know, you look around, you think what you might do, and then when you actually do it, it finally works. And one more. Get that backing off my... Remember, just a little bit of overlap there. It helps to make all of the all of the parts work together. And a few of these cute little heart stickers. There's one, oops, stuck. There's one, and maybe a slightly larger one. Maybe up here. Okay, and then another one of the, oh, gosh, they're sticky. I want that red enamel heart. There we go. There we go. All right, so that way, let's see, so we've got some hearts, the little hearts, and a couple of enamel stickers. We've got the X's and O's here repeating, and some of the hearts and enamel stickers, and then we've got the lips, some gold kind of tying everything together, the little hearts, and an enamel sticker. So we've really tried to repeat some of the elements in each of the clusters. All right, so really all that's left for me to do is some journaling. And again, I'm just going to pull out my trusty ruler here. In the sketch, you see that I like to kind of start my journaling about the same height as my photo there, and then bring it down to just above where the embellishment cluster is. So I'll just kind of eyeball this up, draw a couple little quick pencil lines. I really just want to talk, you know, I don't want to tell a huge story here, but I just want to talk about, you know, how lovely it is. I have to switch over here. You know, to be a mom of boys. They are so pleased to bring you, you know, gifts and flowers and that kind of thing. So I just want to put something like that. So I think something like, what a lucky mom I am to have two wonderful boys who love to bring, no worries, I'm going to be writing over that, so I won't worry about mistakes here. Love to bring me gifts and flowers. How about something like, I know, so I'm just going to write over top of that, I know they are given with love. And I like to do something like that to just, you know, connect my journaling with my title. So my title is With Love. So I'm just going to end my journaling there with that same phrase. Okay, and I'm just going to put kind of the month, February, and these were from 2013. Okay, so where's my black pen? There it is. I'm just going to go over this. I'll probably speed up the video so you don't have to watch me write every little word here. But that's pretty much it. So again, when we look at the sketch, we had the 9 by 12 inch piece of paper in the background, the 3 by 12 inch strip, and again, that overwhelming geometric pattern has just kind of nicely blended in with everything because we've repeated those colors throughout. All right, we've got the 3 photos, the title, and 3 embellishment clusters. Now, many of you have commented last month that, you know, thanks for the one-page sketch, but we really want to see more 2-page sketches. So I just want to remind you that this one-page sketch, you can certainly turn it into a 2-pager just by duplicating it. Okay, so here's the exact same sketch done again, and I've just put, you know, paper to show where the photos would be. But instead of just, you know, putting it side by side, what I would suggest, get that out of the way, is that you turn it so that the same paper, the same shapes, the same arrangement becomes a really unique sort of flowing layout. Okay, so again, get my little scraps off there. Again, exactly the same. Just turn it add your photos, okay? If I was going to do this, I would leave my title here. I think I might put my journaling down here, maybe just write it out on a smaller piece of white paper so it stands out. And then I put an embellishment cluster here instead of here, so that I'd have embellishment cluster, embellishment cluster, embellishment cluster, okay? So that's a really easy way to turn the one-page sketch into a two-page layout, all right? Would love to hear your comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, whatever you can think of. Please leave those comments down below, whether you're watching this on the YouTube channel itself or whether you're watching it embedded in the blog post. And don't forget as well to look for the links. You'll find the link for this handout that will give you the sketch, as well as the little cutting guide with measurements, etc. Okay, those will also be down below. All right, thanks very much for joining me today. Hope to see you again next month for another sketch to page process video. Bye-bye for now.